All right, we got a lot to cover today. Everything from fucking shutdown at the government, and then we got fucking ICE is getting assaulted in fucking Chicago, and now Trump is trying to send the troops everywhere. Shit, man. Everything's getting fucking crazy. Let's get into it. All right, that's enough of that. That's enough of that. Jesus Christ. All right. So basically, the whole situation here is what we're looking at is government is still shut down, right? And then the opening does not look anytime fucking soon right now, mostly because of the fact that, well, there's no negotiations to be had, right? I mean, let's look at this. Right now, as far as the shutdown goes, fucking Trump's or the Republicans are trying to say that there's no negotiations to be had because the only thing they want is health care for illegal immigrants, right? Well, they want a little bit more than just that. John Kennedy, fucking love this man. He talks about a little bit more of what they want. Now, see, what they're asking for is they want $1.5 trillion. This is only a 7-week term. This continuing resolution is for 7 weeks, all right? Just 7 simple fucking weeks. And they want 1.5 trillion fucking dollars. It's fucking money laundering, people. Listen to some of the shit that they want. Listen to this.
We found $3.6 million for pastry cooking classes and dance focus groups for male prostitutes in Haiti. I kid you not. I'm not making this up. That was in the budget under President Biden. We took it out. Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez in the socialist wing, the loon wing of the Democratic Party, says we're going to shut down government until you put it back in. $4.2 million. We took it out. The Congresswoman and the socialist wing of their party says we've got to put that back in for the open government. $4.2 million for lesbian, gay, bisexual, transgender, queer, and intersex people in the Western Balkans and Uganda.
You can't tell me this isn't fucking money laundering. Because there's no way that we're actually funding something as fucking stupid as this shit. There's no way. No fucking way. We've got to be paying people off for shit. That's what we've got to be doing that, right? And here's the problem with this shutdown. Now, the Democrats are constantly saying it's the Republican shutdown. It's the Republican shutdown because Republicans have the White House, they have the Senate, they have the fucking House of Representatives, right? But they've got a simple majority. They don't have a major majority. They've got a simple majority. And it was Chuck fucking Schumer that decided to go ahead and do a filibuster against this in the Senate. And therefore, they can't do a fucking simple majority vote on it. It has to be a major majority, which means you got to have 60 fucking votes to get this through, right? The only thing the Republicans are asking for is a continuing resolution. What was once agreed upon, let's continue. Right? I think it's like 74 fucking pages. It's not very long. Right? It's smaller than a fucking Harry Potter book. So, that being said, the Democrats are asking for stuff when the Republicans aren't even asking for stuff. And they say you got to have room to negotiate. Well, there's nothing to negotiate because the Republicans aren't bringing anything to the fucking table. And so the Democrats keep pushing for this fucking, it's the Republicans' fault because they have all this power. But the message isn't hitting anymore like it used to. Even so bad that their own mainstream media is starting to kind of call them out on some of this shit just to get these things going. Listen.
Donald Trump blessed it as well.
So let me ask you about a provision that the Republicans are talking about quite a bit. I know you want to talk about, and Democrats want to talk about, extending the Obamacare subsidies, which expire at the end of 2025. But they talk about the provisions, and it's right here, subtitle E, and this has to do with the repeal of healthcare subtitle changes, and specifically what it is. How they characterize it is you want to give health insurance to undocumented immigrants.
Now, this reads, Section 2141, repeal of the health subtitle changes. Repeal subtitle B or health title of the Title VII of the Act, titled An Act to Provide for Reconciliation pursuant to Title II of H, and continuing Resolution 14.
You're saying that's not really an accurate depiction, but what it does do is...
It's a lie.
It's a lie, but what you support does bring back funding for emergency Medicaid to hospitals, some of which does pay for undocumented immigrants and people who don't have health insurance. And also there is this provision, and it's not about undocumented immigrants, it's about people with asylum seekers and people with temporary protected status.
Right, and so here's where the doublespeak and everything else comes in to find all these fucking loopholes for everything. Is as long as you were granted asylum to seek asylum, right? And all you had to do was just make your way over the fucking border and just claim asylum. That's all I'm doing is claiming asylum. They weren't really going through any vetting processes. They were just rubber stamping every fucking thing. Let's get them in here, right? And these people were cut off from emergency Medicaid funding because we want our money to go to Americans first, not illegal immigrants. Claiming asylum status or not, no, you are not part of what we want to take care of first. We want to take care of our people first.
Et cetera, but about their ability to get Medicaid. So they're non-citizens, they're not undocumented, they're not illegal.
They're not illegal. They're non-citizens. They are undocumented. They're not illegal because they claim asylum status. I'm sorry about that, but no, you're still fucking illegal. You came here illegally. You committed the fucking crime to cross the border illegally. Whatever you fucking claim to be, this is not, no, it doesn't fucking work like that.
Why even include that in a bill, knowing that they're going to seize right upon that and use that to message? I understand that.
See, he calls them out for it. Why are you even putting this in the fucking bill if you know they're not going to agree to it, right? Because this is the part of the one big beautiful bill that they're trying to have removed. The alien Medicaid eligibility, right here. Subtitle B in the health part, right? See if I can zoom in on this. Doesn't look like it. I don't fucking know what I'm doing here. Oh. Fucking glasses. Can't hardly see. All right, so what this says right here, it says, I'm not going to read y'all the little fucking legalese bullshit. Notwithstanding the preceding paragraphs of the subsection beginning on October 1st, 2026. So this hasn't even gone into effect yet. So this doesn't even go into effect till like October 1st, 2026. All right. Except as provided in paragraphs, and in no event shall payment be made to a state under this section for a medical assistance furnished to an individual unless such individual is. So they're not going to reimburse the state for medical assistance to this individual unless the individual is a resident of the one of 50 states, the District of Columbia or Territory of the United States, right? Puerto Rico, DC, shit like that. A citizen or national of the United States, meaning sworn in nationalized citizen. An alien lawfully admitted for permanent residence as an immigrant, as defined by sections 101, blah, 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 and of the Immigration and Nationality Act. So, a green card. Okay? Green card. let's see, excluding among others, alien visitors, meaning coming over here on a visa, tourists, diplomats, and students who enter the United States temporarily with no intention of abandoning their residence in a foreign country. So you come over here on a student fucking visa and you don't plan on staying here permanently. You just want to come over here and use this for the education and go away. We're not going to go ahead and pay for your emergency fucking services at the hospital. You can pay for yourself. It's just that simple. It goes on. An alien who has been granted the status of Cuban and Haitian or entrant, as defined in the Section 501 of the Refugee Education Assistance Act in the 1980. So, sorry, refugees aren't qualified under this. Oh, I'm sorry. You are qualified under this. I'm sorry. Yeah, so you have been qualified. An individual who lawfully resides in the United States in accordance with the Compact of Free Association referred to in the Section 402 of the Personal. So you pretty much get the point, right? Only those that are here legally, that have been deemed here legally, and so those are the ones that are qualified to get the medical reimbursement from the government aid for from the Medicaid funds and whatnot. Anybody that's just claiming to have asylum or whatever, any illegal immigrants, they want
Donald
this part removed.
blessed it as
Stop talking. They want that removed, right? So that's what this whole fucking shutdown is about. And now they're fucking fighting amongst themselves. They're having absolute fucking shit fits because Donald Trump is having fun with this, right? Donald Trump's throwing fucking memes out there, doing the fucking sombrero hats, and they're clutching their fucking pearls and having an absolute shit fit about it. And of course, everybody on CNN, they're going to try to turn it against fucking Scott Jennings. God, I love Scott Jennings, right? And every time he tries to explain to them, they want to fucking cut him off. CNN fucking cut off Speaker Johnson whenever he was going into the details of what was happening, right? Hang on a sec. Let's listen to this. Because whenever he starts going into the details and how he's explaining exactly what the Democrats are asking for and how they're trying to create these fucking loopholes for the illegal immigrants to receive this Medicaid funding, right? All while claiming the whole time the Democrats are claiming Medicaid funding does not go to illegal aliens. There's no provisions in the laws for Medicaid funding to go to illegal aliens, but they create loopholes by reimbursing hospitals that cover that cost.
The Working Families Tax Cut included a huge provision. A big chunk of that bill was the health provisions. Now, why are we saying that they want to restore taxpayer-funded benefits to illegal aliens? Because that's exactly what they did. When they rejected the clean CR that we sent over, the Senate Democrats...
All right, we're listening here to Speaker Johnson.
So he's going into details about how Chuck Schumer filed these papers and set up the fucking the filibuster and everything else. They don't want to hear that. They want to cut him off for that because it has to be the Republicans' fault for every fucking thing, right? We can't blame the Democrats for anything. And they want to use these little bullshit fucking polls, right, that they conduct that only talk to about 1,000 fucking people in their fucking little area and their little bubbles, right? Because those are the only ones that are willing to answer the goddamn phone is the fucking 80-year-old people that live in D.C. and retired and vote blue no matter who until it affects you, right? So, I mean, they go on TV and they have their little talking points trying to say that how the government shutdown is the Republicans' fault.
And Sally, the average American doesn't know who Hakeem Jeffries is. They're going to see one party controlling the White House, House, and Senate and blame Trump and Trump alone.
Right, that's a good point. Like how the average American's not going to work their way around the fact that somehow Hakeem Jeffries, who's the minority leader, is responsible for.
All right, so And they're basically stating that everybody that watches the fucking politics, who's the average fucking person on the street, if you watch politics and you watch news, you know who the fuck Hakeem Jeffries is, right? If you are a Trump supporter, that means you follow politics and you know who Hakeem Jeffries is. The average citizen that will not know who Hakeem Jeffries is this average citizen that's caught on the fucking street with these young fucking kids asking these simple fucking questions whenever they ask who won the Civil War, and they're like, Denmark? Yeah, that average citizen probably has no fucking clue who Hakeem Jeffries is, but because of thanks to social media and the social media influencers and everything else, they know they're supposed to hate Trump. They know that. They don't know who their Democratic leaders are. They don't know what their Democratic leaders are voting for, or what they're actually fucking doing, or what they're getting involved in. The only thing they know is they hate fucking Trump. And that's all they push. Right? But they have to spin the fucking words around. They have to blame other fucking people for it. And they try to demonize us as much as humanly possible. Hang on, I'm just scrolling through this shit, man. I've got so much shit shaved on here. I know it's been like 2 weeks since I had my last fucking video. It's been crazy. I woke up last fucking weekend. I had no voice. Gone. Right? Here's part of the problem that they have is they do the fucking double talk all the goddamn time, and they have their talking points that go around, but they forget everything they fucking say. And then sometimes they turn around and they say the quiet part out loud.
In terms of healthcare, the reality is they're just not being honest. The amount of money that actually is going towards people who are undocumented is such a small portion.
It's such a small portion. It's insignificant. Why are you even asking about this? You know, you've got to help people. You're fucking heartless if you don't. And you're racist. And you're xenophobic. And you're sexist. And you're misogynist. And you're everythingist.
Of the Medicaid cuts or the Affordable Care Act, if at all. And so we can argue that point, but the reality that even the vice president would acknowledge, that anyone who looks at the numbers will acknowledge, is 90 to 95% of the funding we're talking about is talking about funding for American citizens.
90 to 95% of the funding is talking about funding for American citizens. You're asking for $1.5 trillion fucking dollars, and part of this money is going over to fucking Uganda for fucking alphabet soup bullshit. Oh, by the way, MSNBC, they also cut off fucking Speaker Johnson too. But yeah, the shit's getting fucking ridiculous. Getting absolutely fucking ridiculous. Right? And unfortunately enough for some of these mainstream media, they forget what they previously reported. Thankfully for us, internet's fucking forever. Because Christian Collins put out right here, it says in 2023, NBC reported that 25% of all the patients in New York City public hospitals were illegal aliens. Why did they say that back then? Because they wanted to push out the propaganda that they were doing things for all these people, because we were a heartfelt city, because we were taking in all these immigrants and we were trying to help out all these asylum seekers. Right? And you need to be like us. We're a sanctuary city and we're helping these people out. But because Trump wants to talk about the fact that illegal aliens are getting this fucking money, and so we're trying to put a stop to this, today NBC reports that illegal aliens do not receive free health care. You can't distrust the fake news media enough, is what this guy says. And I'm telling you that he's absolutely fucking right. Let's listen.
The border crisis surging. Officials telling NBC News there were over 200,000 illegal crossings at the southern border last month, and a record 3 million migrants crossed the border in the last year. Now a new warning 1,000 miles away in New York City, where officials tell us resources are overwhelmed. Across public hospitals in New York City, a quarter of the patients are now migrants. Over the last year, nearly 30,000 visits by migrants and 300 new babies born to migrant moms. Staff here at Bellevue Hospital tell us they're eager.
Yeah. There's a whole lot of fucking migrants, you know? A whole lot of fucking migrants coming over here and getting all this fucking health care, having their babies. Now, I came across this earlier. This is from the Patriot Oasis. It says Hakeem Jeffries is asked, what's the next move? Since they won't negotiate with the Republicans, they plan to wait for an uprising in America. Now, that's what he's suggesting. I don't like when they do things like this because they're putting in their own words. I'd rather listen to him, see what he says about it.
Any leverage do Democrats have? Can you all try to force procedural votes on the floor if they ever gavel back in? What's the next move?
Well, public sentiment is everything, and the voices of the American people, we continue to hold events here in Washington. We'll be holding events all across the country, and we know that millions of people over the next few days and next few weeks are going to receive notices from their insurance companies indicating that because of Republican inaction, their premiums, copays, and deductibles are about to skyrocket.
So that sounds like the insurance companies are going to be sending out notifications to blame Republicans, according to him, which is going to be inciting actions against Republicans or anger against Republicans in hopes to vote Democrat in 2026.
This is not a manufactured issue. It's a Republican healthcare crisis that is unfolding in real time. And I don't believe the American people are going to stand for it.
So what he's actually talking about is the subsidies that's going to be running out from Obamacare. Obamacare, that's a piece of shit, and we don't really want to get into Obamacare too fucking much. But, yeah, that's what he's talking about. But that's not really what's on the agenda and what they're asking all this $1.5 trillion for. Right? But they hate Trump so fucking much that they're willing to shut this government down and ask for $1.5 trillion. So it's not just Trump that they hate. It's you. It's me. It's all of us. They think they're better than us. The words career and politician should never be in the same fucking sentence. The moment you introduced salaries, whenever you took away per diem and introduced salaries to these congressional offices, you introduced so much possibilities for corruption, so much more possibility for corruption. Politicians used to be part of the people. They were business owners. They were shopkeepers, lawyers, right? Citizens of the town. This is why it was called a civil service, because they were paid a minimal amount and you were to go dedicate part of your time. You were to be of the people you represent. The people that we have representing us anymore don't even understand and recognize the people that they represent. We are beneath them. And unfortunately enough, thanks to greed, the media goes with them. NBC News right here reports ICE held a 5-year-old autistic girl in Massachusetts to pressure the father to surrender, family says. Well, they have to say family says, right? Therefore, they can't be misquoted. See, this is the double speak, the double talk that fucking George Orwell fucking warned us about in 1984. They say things very specifically not to incriminate themselves. ICE held a 5-year-old autistic girl in Massachusetts to pressure the father to surrender, family says. This is how Homeland Security responded to this. These smears are sick. Our ICE agents never used a 5-year-old girl as bait. The criminal illegal alien target of the operation with previous arrests for domestic abuse, strangulation, and vandalizing property abandoned his own child in a car. Edwards hit Mejia, a criminal illegal alien from Guatemala, ignored law enforcement emergency lights and darted inside his house, abandoning his 5-year-old daughter in the car. Officers helped rescue the child and called local police to report the abandonment. Stop the smears. Stop the lies. But it's because of the hatred for Trump that they have so much that this is what they do. This is how they twist the words. Right? Trump came out and he said, studies have shown if you take Tylenol when you're pregnant, it could harm the baby and could be linked to autism. What do you get? Stupid fucking women chugging fucking Tylenol like it's Pez while they're pregnant. And some of them end up in the fucking hospital with liver failure. And like, listen right here, Nicole Wallace. This is the way that she talks on Gavin Newsom's social media team posting memes about mocking Trump. And then how she talks about Trump posting the sombrero memes on Hakeem Jeffries and fucking Chuck Schumer.
This untapped power that Gavin Newsom, I think, is tapping into. I mean, they're just freaking out. They have entire panels dedicated to deciding whether it's, beneath the stature of an elected official to tweet the things Gavin Newsom's tweeting. The whole notion that the right is an absolute puddle of snowflakes has been exposed by Gavin Newsom.
The right is not an absolute puddle of snowflakes. And the thing is, the only thing they're doing is telling Gavin Newsom how not funny the thing is that he's doing. And everybody wants to fucking talk about how, well, he's mocking Trump. He's mocking Trump. Okay, and imitation is the best form of flattery. Well, you just don't get the joke. That's their only response. You just don't get the joke. Huh? Maybe you don't have a joke.
Childish, it is crass, it is vulgar, it's of course unpresidential, it's dumb. Leader Jeffries is pictured wearing a sombrero and a fake mustache, while Schumer goes about making a fake speech he never actually said or delivered. Mike Johnson doesn't know if a picture of Leader Hakeem Jeffries donning a sombrero and a mustache is or is not racist.
Oh my heavens. Oh my heavens. It's racist to put a fucking sombrero on a fucking, it's a meme. It's a joke. And it's getting worse every day. You can't, they're twisting things up to benefit themselves. And it's getting completely unhinged at some point. Tim Kramer, this man has had more accounts blocked and banned by TikTok than probably some people even follow. And he's constantly spitting the fucking truth. Take a listen.
When's the last time you saw this platform actually silence a lie? Something that was a blatant lie. They don't do that. They only silence the truth. Only the truth can hurt you. Lies can't hurt you. You see, you can disprove a lie and say, see, it's debunked. But you can't disprove the truth. And that's why they only silence the truth, because the truth is the only thing that can hurt them. Like during COVID, when I said, hey, listen, this isn't nearly as dangerous and as deadly as they're saying it is. The numbers prove it's not. And they silenced that. It's not nearly as safe and as effective as they're saying it is. Here are the numbers that prove that. Here's the truth, and they silenced that. I talked about the 2020 election and the oddities that went on during that time, and they silenced that. When I said the proof is this, they silenced that. When I said the facts are here, they silenced that. When I offered the truth, they silenced it. Just like when I showed that Nancy Pelosi and her daughter played a pivotal role in January 6th. Her assistant, Ashley Ateen, had this to say.
We were planning. When I was working for Pelosi, I don't know that this has ever been made public, or I've never said this publicly, but planning for a January 6th type of an event 2 years before it happened.
2 years before it fucking happened.
And yes, TikTok silenced that. They don't censor the lies. They don't need to. The lies can't hurt them. Only the truth can hurt them. You can go on this platform all day long and talk about how big of a pedophile Trump and MAGA are, and you will not get censored. But if you come on here and you mention that Nancy Pelosi played a pivotal role in the run-up to January 6th, the events of January 6th, and most likely had something to do with the rigging of the 2020 election, yeah, that truth will get silenced.
Yep. And that's what they're scared of. The truth is going to be coming out. You can't fucking hide the truth anymore. And that's part of the problem. They're exposing themselves for what they really are. They're exposing themselves for how fucking crazy and unhinged these fucking people are. Right? I mean, just recently, there was ICE agents that was attacked in fucking Chicago. See if I don't know if I have the fucking footage of it. And whenever these agents were under attack, they were instructed by the fucking they were calling for help. ICE agents were calling for help. And local PD, Chicago PD, was instructed not to assist. Right? This is a post from Media Lies. It says Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker claims that the Portland, Oregon is not experiencing mayhem as Trump claims. Multiple videos from just last week show the coordinated attacks on federal officials every night. Rioters, protesters have gone as far as coordinating off residential neighborhoods around the ICE facility, restricting residents' movements and freedoms. Most Americans view Portland's situation as mayhem. Pritzker should focus on Chicago's rampant crime, which is why it's been dubbed Chirac. Jesus fuck, dude.
Actually happened.
All right. So let's listen.
Trump is also trying to deploy the National Guard to Portland, Oregon, after a federal judge there, appointed by Trump, I should note, temporarily blocked that effort. Top White House advisor Stephen Miller blasted that ruling as, quote, legal insurrection and said, quote, the deployment of troops is an absolute necessity to defend our personnel, our laws, our government, public order, and the republic itself, unquote. What did you?
Actually, the full tweet says legal insurrection. The president is the commander-in-chief of the armed forces, not an Oregon judge. Portland and Oregon law enforcement, at the direction of the local leaders, have refused to aid ICE officers facing relentless terrorist assaults and the threats of life. There are more local law enforcement officers in Oregon than there are guns and badges in the FBI nationwide. This is an organized terrorist attack on the federal government and its officers, and the deployment of the troops is an absolute necessity to defend our personnel, our laws, our government, public order, and republic itself. That's the full fucking quote of the tweet that he put out. See, fucking Jake Faker, fucking Tapper right here, doesn't want to talk about how he's calling out Portland and Oregon law enforcement at the direction of local leaders have refused to aid ICE officers. But please, go ahead. Let's finish with the softball question.
What do you think when you saw that statement from Stephen Miller?
Well, let's back up and remember this judge is a Trump-appointed judge.
like that even fucking matters. It doesn't matter who appointed the goddamn judge. If you're in the fucking wrong, you're in the fucking wrong. Just like if you're a Republican and you hurt a little fucking child, your fucking balls should be fucking removed and you should be locked up for the rest of your fucking life. That's it. I don't give a shit what fucking side you're on. This fucking left versus right, red versus blue, black versus white is all for the fucking... No. They keep us fighting amongst ourselves so that way they don't have to fucking pay attention to any goddamn thing and they don't have to worry about us. We're all fucking arguing and fighting amongst ourselves, and this is what they fucking want.
This judge actually said what I think should be said about all of what Donald Trump is doing, which is it's untethered from the facts. That's what the judge said, that what the government is doing, what Trump is doing is untethered from the facts. That's the case. He was
untethered from the facts, meaning that what he is saying is happening in this fucking city is not actually happening. Never mind the fact that we have video evidence. Don't believe your lying fucking eyes.
Claiming that it's mayhem on the on the streets of Portland. He's saying that, Chicago is a war zone. None of that is true. They're just making this up. And then what do? They fire tear gas and smoke grenades, and they make it look like it's a war zone. And they, get people on the ground are frankly incited to want to do something about it.
So it's ICE's fault that they're protecting themselves from these fucking agitators, that they're putting out tear gas to keep people back so they can do their goddamn job, and it's their fault for fucking protecting themselves. Now these fucking sycophants want to fucking retaliate.
I mean, if you were on the ground and you're having tear gas pellets fired at you, as they have been doing in Broadview, Illinois, you want to react. You want something to happen, and unfortunately, they're using every lever at their disposal to keep us from maintaining order.
Before you go, sir.
Oh, Jesus fuck! And the thing is, because of idiots like that in charge, is why we have vehicles smashing into ICE vehicles, boxing in ICE vehicles, and trying to assassinate them. Apparently, there was a criminal, a major gang member that put out a fucking hit on one of the guys in ICE. I think I have something on that. I'll go over that here later. This is also from Media Lies. It says DHS Secretary Kristi Noem confirmed her intelligence gathered proves that these cities are on a path barreling towards more coordinated mayhem. There are bounties being placed on ICE officers, which resoundingly defeats Pritzker's claim of no mayhem. Okay, so here's the one I was talking about. Our intelligence indicates that these people are organized. They're getting more and more people on their team as far as attacking officers, and they're making plans to ambush them and kill them. We have specific officers and agents that have bounties that have been put on their heads. It's been $2,000 to kidnap them, $10,000 to kill them. They've released their pictures, which is why our agents cover their fucking face. It's an extremely dangerous situation and unprecedented, so we've put a protective detail around those individuals, changed some of our operations to keep our officers safe. Jesus fuck, dude. And this is what gaslighting fucking gets you. This is how they fucking incite violence and incite all of this shit, right? The ADL that they fucking go by and cite from, ADL puts all political violence as a fucking right wing. ADL is a fucking hate group. They've ADL right here. See, FBI and the ADL were working together at one time. They put TPUSA. Turning Point USA was labeled as a fucking hate group by the ADL and the SPLC. Right? It's just... And Christians are taking a fucking hit. Apparently that's the only thing that you're able to make fun of. as Christians. Like I was just saying with the SPLC. This is from Candace. I don't know who the fuck she is. Staunch and fierce Trump supporter. She was followed by Charlie Kirk, I guess. Dinesh D'Souza, Charles Payne. Okay, so she's got some influence, I guess. I don't know. I don't give a shit. I don't have influence. I don't care. Fuck all. And those that do have influence, you shouldn't be influencing so many people. Just report the fucking facts. Don't put your opinions in it. But she says, hatred for conservatives and Christians and the Southern Poverty Law Center. You know what? I'm kind of a bigot on that one because I put my opinion on all of this shit. But don't take me at my fucking word for everything. Do some fucking research. Look it up for yourself. I'm just trying to show you what I'm finding and putting my 2 fucking cents in it. She says, hatred for conservatives and Christians and the Southern Poverty Law Center. Right? Watch and listen as the Rep. Jim Jordan, he's a Republican from Ohio, questions the Daily Signal senior editor, Tyler O'Neill, about the far-left radical Southern Poverty Law Center. Well, let's listen. This is about 1:38. Let's take it again.
Who is the Southern Poverty Law Center?
Southern Poverty Law Center is a far-left radical activist group that routinely smears conservative and Christian organizations, putting them on a map with the Ku Klux Klan.
Well, first of all, does the Southern Poverty Law Center...
Hang on a sec. He just put Southern Christians on the map with Ku Klux Klan. Now, mind you, a lot of them did claim to be Christian. I think they were Baptist. Hell, I don't fucking know. Wouldn't surprise me.
partner with the Open Society Foundation?
Yes, the Southern Poverty Law Center received $75,000 from foundation to promote Open Society.
And the Open Society Foundation gets money from the American taxpayer, is that right?
No, the Open Society Foundation does not. There was an arm of the Open Society Foundation that is now closed that received a large number. Yes.
They did get. Okay. And as you pointed out, the Southern Poverty Law Center labels a lot of conservative groups as hate groups.
Yes, right? Including Focus on the Family this year.
Focused on the Family is a hate group, according to these people?
Focus on the Family, Alliance Defending Freedom, Family Research Council, Center USA. For Immigration Studies, Moms for Liberty. Mm-hmm. Moms are now a hate group?
See, so this fucking thing. Who the hell is Southern Poverty Law Center that gets to fucking label who is and isn't a hate group, and how the fuck did they get involved working hand in hand with the FBI to make some of this fucking shit? Right? It makes zero fucking sense to me. Zero fucking sense. And how is it the only fucking person on the Democrat side that actually makes any fucking sense is the one that had a goddamn fucking stroke and half his brain don't fucking work? He's got to read fucking text to make sure he comprehends what the fuck you're saying to him. And yet he's the only one speaking fucking logic out of the left. Listen, love this guy from fucking Philadelphia, fucking John Fetterman.
All the way. But, I mean, on the left, you've got such extremes. Would you consider switching parties?
No, I'm not going to switch, but I'm just going to be an independent voice in the Democratic Party. I'm not going to be afraid if people, and if there are groups attacking a Democrat, the last one in Pennsylvania, then that's part of the problem, in our party. And if you want a Democrat that's going to call people Nazis or fascists or all these kinds of things, well, I'm not going to be that guy. Independent thinking and views wherever I happen to believe the truth, regardless if it's the Republican or the Democratic voice.
Good for you. Stand up for yourself and what you believe in and the party that you believe that you came from, man. See, all this shit, man, all they're trying to do is just create more fucking chaos between us and all this other shit. And then you got jackasses like this motherfucker right here talking about Democrat Congressman Jamal Bowman right here. The reason why heart disease and cancer and obesity and diabetes are bigger in the black community is because of the stress we carry from having to deal with being called the N-word directly or indirectly every day. Give me a fucking break, man. Come on. That's fucking horse shit, right? That there's no fucking way that's even plausible that you're going to have all these fucking issues because you're afraid of being called the fucking N-word. Give me a fucking break, man. And the thing is, you have the government in these fucking local states trying to make it more fucking difficult for ICE to do their fucking job. All they want to do is their fucking job. All they want to do is their fucking job. This is from Jeffrey Mead talking about Brandon Johnson, sitting mayor of Chicago, signing executive orders to make it more difficult for ICE to do their job.
Today, we are signing an executive order aimed at reining in this out-of-control administration. The order establishes ICE-free zones.
ICE-free zones. Is that kind of like gun-free zones? How well did those goddamn signs fucking work for you at the gun-free zones, huh? Oh no, I can't go in there. The gun-free zone.
That means that city property and unwilling private businesses will no longer serve as staging grounds for these raids.
Now, the raid that he's fucking referring to is apparently there was a raid on a fucking building in Chicago that fucking ICE came in with helicopters and all kinds of other shit. And what they did was they got rid of a whole bunch of fucking illegal immigrant gang members out there. That's what they fucking did. They cleared out the fucking house. And how are they fucking reporting on this shit? Talking about how they detained American citizens and what was it? Good God. Hang on a sec. I got it up here. Talking about how they detained American citizens and fucking, yeah. How they put kids in fucking zip ties and shit like that. They didn't put no kids in fucking zip ties. I've got it fucking somewhere. Maybe I'll come across it. Dude, I can't even keep up with half the shit I fucking save on here. I'm just saving shit to fucking places as I see them. Right? Listen to what fat ass fucking Pritzker. Pritzker, by the way, is a billionaire, so don't. Just throwing that out there. But we had vehicles box in ICE agents and tried to kill ICE agents. ICE agents called for help from the police. Local police was ordered not to assist. And this is how Pritzker talks about it.
DHS says that CBP officers shot and wounded a woman in Chicago yesterday.
CBP officers shot and wounded a woman. Not what the woman was doing.
After, they say, she allegedly rammed a law enforcement vehicle and agents were boxed in by multiple cars. The spokesperson for DHS, Tricia McLaughlin, accused Chicago police of leaving the scene and refusing to assist agents in securing the area. What do you know about this incident? Were federal agents boxed in and assaulted?
Well, we don't have a lot of facts. What happens in these sorts of incidents is typically ICE puts out a press release before anybody else can speak with the press, and then it gets reported on social media and elsewhere. Remember, these are the same folks who killed a person, unarmed person, just a couple of weeks ago in Franklin Park. At first, they said that the officer had been threatened with his life. The reality of it and the truth of it has now come out, and that wasn't the case. They killed somebody. So here, it's really hard to know exactly what the facts are, and they won't let us access the facts. They are just putting out their propaganda, and then we've got to later determine what actually happened.
You can't hate these motherfuckers enough, man. They're doing their goddamn job. Trying to get these fucking illegal immigrants and all these fucking violent gang members and all this other shit out. Right? And the thing is, like, here's video footage For those of you that can't fucking see, I'm sorry, but there's video footage of a second assault attack ramming fucking ICE agent vehicles, trying to take them off the road and kill them. These people are getting fucking attacked for doing their goddamn job. And then Trump is trying to send in the fucking support. He's trying to send in fucking troops to help them out because local PD's not fucking helping, right? And then you got jackasses like this motherfucker from Portland PD, this pasty face fucking soy boy, goddamn. This motherfucker, just listen to him.
I wanted to ask you about an arrest that took place, obviously very high profile. It was Nick Sorter, who is a conservative influencer and journalist. He says that he was simply covering the protests, but he has, of course, been charged there with disorderly conduct. What can you tell me about that arrest overall?
So basically, and this is on video, by the way, I might have it somewhere in some of this shit that I'm fucking scrolling through. We'll find out here momentarily. But basically, Nick Sorter, who is an independent reporter who posts on X on a regular basis. He has been featured on some fucking television shows. I think he might have his own podcast, right? He's been covering Antifa and a lot of this fucking shit that's been going on in Portland and all of that too. And a lot of the shit from the deep state. And nobody fucking likes him on the left. And everybody fucking knows who he is, right? He's going through, he gets assaulted. He defends himself. And then they arrest him for public misconduct.
Well, what we're seeing with the increased national attention is bringing in nationally recognized influencers. This is certainly a new phenomenon for myself and for law enforcement in general, and their reach is obviously very significant. And so
he's not a reporter. He's not an independent reporter. He doesn't do anything for the media. He's an influencer, right? Because Kash Patel is just a fucking podcaster. Because Pete Hegseth is just a fucking Fox News host.
they're going where they can get the views and create the perception. And our belief is that we are simply managing to the rule of law. Our role is to mitigate crimes, violence, etc. There was a disturbance involving Mr. Sorter. We took 3 people into custody, and those cases have been referred to the district attorney's office.
They don't fucking care about you. They don't care about you. It's all about how to take care of themselves and make sure that they stay fucking rich. It's all about wealth, money. Now, because of this and what's happened with Nick Sorter, the DOJ is getting involved, and they're going to be looking into Portland PD and the corruptness in that. Because if you don't think some of the PD is fucking corrupt, I've got a whole fucking other story for you. This shit's crazy. Right now, this man right here, whoever this fucking man holding this picture is, the Wall Street Mav put out. He's putting it best with the situation that we're dealing with right now. Says this is the USA. There is no one coming to rescue or to our rescue if things go sideways. No one will be resupplying us. No one will airdrop food, ammunition, medicine. There's nowhere to escape from for freedom. We are the last fucking place for freedom. You know, maybe I should be more fucking organized with some of my shit. The thing is, the Democrats are fucking terrified. And they're pulling out all of the stops to do what they can, to push what they can, where they can, to go against you. Because they don't want truths coming out. Because I hate to tell people that 2020 election, that's going to get looked at. Trump wants peace in the streets, and he wants you to have your freedom. But to do that, we have to remove a lot of crime. right? Because the thing is, with all this shit, all this rhetoric that the left keeps fucking pushing, it's what's stoking up the violence. It's what's stoking up the flames. And they want to talk about divisiveness from the right. The only thing we're doing is we're trying to fucking obey the law. We're trying to keep the law intact. I really should be more organized. I don't know if this is true or not. This right here says Trump has dropped the bombshell stating that the pardon signed by Joe Biden using an auto pen are invalid and should be nullified. See, this is what I don't fucking like. And this is double speak on the right hand side too. I don't like this shit. Because they'll put out these things and Trump didn't say, he said it should be nullified, but it's still got to be fucking investigated and clarified legal that they can nullify it. Right? And they're twisting things up. See, like, okay. The Democrats went after Trump and everybody that fucking worked for Trump to stop him from being president. And when he was president, they tried to impeach him and they did everything against him. And the moment he got out of office, they tried to prosecute him everywhere they could, right? From fucking miscalculations on his fucking mortgage that he had to fucking civil rights for possible fucking assaults that was claimed against him and everything, right? But he indicts James Comey and is just starting with the investigations, and he comes with receipts. And because Trump has actually seen the evidence against these fucking people, knows they are crooked, and says, you should go after that fucking person because I have seen what he is guilty of. And they claim that he's going after his political enemies.
So what happens next? I mean, he has said in this post he wants the Attorney General to move quickly to prosecute these people. He also says she's safe in her job and she's doing a great job. But what do you think happens now? What happens if she does prosecute?
Yeah, look, people have to stand up. I think the only people that the president's going to listen to are my Republican colleagues. I would like to think Republican prosecutors and former prosecutors would stand up. I would like to think that my colleagues on the other side of the aisle would put the rule of law over politics and argue the president can't do this. It's not novel. Obviously, he did this in the first term. Asking the Justice Department to violate the law because he wanted to overturn a lawful election. He asked them to prosecute his political enemies, Obama and Hillary Clinton, and to go easy on people like Roger Stone and others. So, look, this isn't anything new. People have to stand up.
See, and that's how they're twisting fucking things around. That's not how fucking things happen. That's not how fucking things happen. Sorry, I'm looking at all this fucking shit. So for those of you that are listening, I do apologize. We are official background noise today. Telling you what, man. This is what they're afraid of. The fact that we don't give a shit who the fuck you are or who you were.
Whether you're a former FBI director, whether you're a former head of an intel community, whether you are a current state or local elected official, whether you're a billionaire funding organizations to try to keep Donald Trump out of office, everything is on the table. We will investigate you and we will end the weaponization. No longer will there be a two-tier system of justice. And we are working hand in hand, Director Patel and I, Todd Blanche, with our incredible intel community.
See, and she's talking about the two-tier justice system, which is something that has been in effect for a fucking while now. And now that we're trying to fucking clean this shit up, They're saying that it's a two-tier fucking justice system, that they're going after the political enemies. No. This is retribution, motherfucker. This is accountability. Right? Because Elizabeth Warren, she puts out here, Trump is using our justice system to pursue the personal revenge against his political opponents like James Comey and Fani Willis. This is what dictators do. Well, listen to what she said back in 2017.
We have to start with an independent investigation of Donald Trump. That's the first step before we go anywhere, is to find out exactly the relationship between Trump, the Trump campaign, and a hostile foreign government. Look, a full investigation may turn out to mean there's nothing there, or a full investigation may mean there's been criminal activity. But either way, every American, Democrat, Republican, Independent, everybody should care about getting the right answer. We need a special prosecutor, and we need him now.
Yeah. Let's do this investigation. Let's look into everything that he's fucking done and see what we can fucking find and kind of hold him to. But if you look at anything we do, oh, that's political prosecution. You can't be doing that. Can't be doing that. And they do everything they can to try to get you to fucking hate Trump. Everything they fucking can. This is from the Red Wave. Utah Judge Tony Graff declares the court proceedings will be public and Tyler Robinson will be allowed to attend in person. Okay. Well, so the guy that killed Charlie Kirk, his trial will be public. Sorry about his bad luck. Sorry, not sorry. I'm trying to catch up because this is shit from I've got shit saved from fucking September 28th, man. I got to get more fucking current with whatever I'm looking at here. Here's one from October 3rd. What was this? Oh. RFK just rejected the United Nations health declarations. That was on October 3rd. Something on Comey. Here's the guy. Says this is from a resident living near the ICE facility praises President Trump for deploying the military federal agents to quash Antifa.
I am so happy that Trump is sending the National Guard in here. I live in this building. We both live in this building. We've been asking for help for months, and we're finally going to get it.
When do you think they're coming?
When? Not soon enough, man. Not soon enough.
What do you want to see happen?
I want them to come in and mess them up and just annihilate these people.
See, it's not even safe to live in your own fucking neighborhood because you've got an ICE facility there. And because that ICE facility there, that just makes everybody fucking angry. And they have to come out there and fucking yell and march and cause fucking chaos and destroy shit and all this other stuff. Dude, fucking give me a fucking break. The shit's getting fucking ridiculous. It's getting way out of fucking hand. And it doesn't matter what we say or do, we're in the fucking wrong. Right? That's about Comey. All right, let's... says Caroline Leavitt just eviscerated the Democrat leadership in Oregon who are refusing to cooperate with federal authorities.
On that most recent topic that you mentioned, reportedly Portland police have not been able to engage protesters to the degree that they normally would. Does the president plan on handling this from that angle as well with city leaders?
Yes.
from our understanding in the law enforcement that we have here in the Homeland Security Task Force, I spoke with them this morning, and what they're seeing is that unfortunately, local police has been restricted from responding or cooperating at all with federal authorities, which is completely absurd. We have surged federal law enforcement personnel to this city to restore law and order and to work alongside local law enforcement. And we've seen the benefits of this in Washington, D.C. And all of you live here, so you can agree Washington, D.C. is and feels much safer because of the cooperation between federal and local law enforcement.
By the way, Washington, D.C. just went its first week in God knows how fucking long without a single fucking homicide. D.C. went a full week without a single homicide. Can you imagine? The Democrats are losing. They're trying everything they fucking can to get everybody to hate Trump. Now, it's working on a lot of people. Those that already fucking hate Trump, they're going to be gung-ho 100%. Those that are money hungry and hate fucking Trump, they're going to be gung-ho 100 fucking percent. That's why they demonize ICE. That's why they do all of this to create all this fucking hate. But the word's getting out. This is a Democrat in New Jersey telling me that they're going to be voting Republican, but are scared to change their party affiliation. Democrats in New Jersey are going to be voting Republican. And see, they don't realize it yet, but 2026 is going to be a kind of funny year because they're going to be watching all these fucking elections. They're going to be watching these states. They're going to be doing investigations. They're not going to be able to get away with the shit they got away with before. 2020 will expose so much. So fucking much. And the thing is, we have people that are fighting back, that are trying to protect. And you know, right here from October 4th, it says, wow, never thought I'd see patriotic chants outside the Portland ICE facility. Normally, Antifa would try to mace or maim people who express such views in public Portland. It's right there. They're losing the battle. We're gaining too much. The truth is getting out and they can't hide it anymore. And that's a lot thanks to X. Some of it's still getting fucking silenced on others. Right? I mean, not everything is going to get out. Let me see. Here's some other shit I've got on here. I'm going to end this pretty soon. I thought I had some fucking shit on here with this damn judge. Apparently not. I don't fucking know. J.D. Vance. I want him to be our next fucking president. And Paulina Luna puts out and tags Vance, as some may say it's photoshopped, and it's got a picture of Vance with a sombrero and a mustache, and he replies back, he says it's real. I fucking love J.D. Vance. He is an awesome vice president. He gets involved. He knows what the fuck he's talking about. He's not an idiot. And he's not afraid to call people out. J.D. Vance needs to be our next president. And the new word going around coming out of Trump's mouth is insurrection. They might want to watch out for that. Because that could be coming soon. That could be coming really fucking soon. Because see, this is what Trump promised for us. And I think he's going to try to bring it.
I will fight to restore our safety, and I will also fight to reclaim our freedom. We're going to have freedom in our country. We're going to be able to walk down the street and buy a loaf of bread and come back and not be shot. I will fight to
Come back and not be fucking shot. I mean, we're not asking for a lot, man. Shit's getting fucking crazy, people. And you've got governors, mayors, and judges doing everything in their power to fucking stop Trump. This is from Clandestine. Says Trump just said he will invoke the Insurrection Act if governors/mayors refuse to enforce the law. Well, here's Illinois governor, flanked by Chicago mayor, claiming that they are going to drive ICE thugs out of Chicago.
They think they can fool us all into thinking that the way to get out of this crisis that they created is to give them free rein. Well, that plan will only work if we let it. The state of Illinois is going to use every lever at our disposal to resist this power grab and get Noam's thugs the hell out of Chicago.
This is why we have the problem that we fucking have right now. Listen to this. This is the fucking mayor of Chicago following up behind Pritzker of what he just fucking said. Listen.
The executive orders are about ensuring that we are protecting the people of Chicago and defending our democracy. I've given very direct instructions to ensure that all of our sister agencies and our city departments are doing just that, upholding the local ordinances and, again, protecting and defending the rights of every single resident. You know, as far as, being able to enforce the measures that we've put forward, one, we're going to use every single tool that's available to us. And as I've stated before, you just heard the governor express it as well. This battle is going to take place in the courts and in our communities.
See, he's trying to say it's going to take place in the courts and in our communities. Listen how he says certain things.
Here's what's most important here is that the people in this city, in this state, and throughout the county is that we're all united around protecting the fundamental right to be able to have a democracy. And that's going to simply mean that we're going to have to organize on the ground. This is not just simply about a battle between authority. This is about making sure that the 700 people who showed up on the north side of Chicago to organize, to build the resistance, that's a clear example of how the organizing on the ground plays an incredible role in defending people. It's going to take everything: litigation, executive orders, legislation, and I believe most importantly, the people of this city and county and the state and throughout the country pushing back against tyranny.
See, he uses vague terms like that so that way he can say he was talking about fucking, he was talking about protest and such, right? But that's not necessarily what the fuck he was talking about. He's pushing for fucking chaos. He's pushing for violence. He wants this shit to fucking happen, right? This is from Eric Daughtry right here. He says breaking. I don't know how long ago it was. He just put this out. It was 12:50, so it's a couple hours. It was a while ago. Says Caroline Levitt reveals that the Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent is now involved in uncovering the funds behind Antifa and the left-wing violence. Well, let's listen to what she says.
The financial backing of these groups, particularly Antifa, is certainly something the administration is looking into aggressively. And the federal government has never really been mobilized or tasked with doing that. So we're kind of kickstarting that into gear. The FBI is working on it alongside the White House's Homeland Security Task Force. We have our intelligence community looking into this as well. And even the Secretary of Treasury is involved with these matters since they are financial in nature. And we will continue to get to the bottom of who is funding these organizations in this organized anarchy against our country and our government. It's a question the American people have been begging the answer for many years, and we're committed to uncovering it. And when we do, I'm sure you'll be one of the first people.
See, this shit's fucking chaos, man. Shit's going nuts. And we're going to find out who's really behind every fucking thing. Because this shit has been funded. It's an organized fucking coup, in a sense, whether you want to admit it or not. And these two, they're going to be talking about the judge, right? Because it's important to say that it's a Trump-appointed judge. Who gives a fuck who appointed the goddamn judge? They're in the fucking wrong. They're in the fucking wrong. Let's see what they say about this.
Now, tell me about this judge. Now, she was appointed by Trump during his first term, and am I to understand that she worked for Ken Starr? And is that right?
Yes. Full
so
disclosure,
are you responsible for this judge,
colleague.
Go ahead.
She's a full disclosure. She's a former colleague, and she's a friend. The problem with her order isn't that she's a quote local judge. She's clothed with Article III power. The problem is her opinion is wrong. Laura, there's Supreme Court precedent going back almost 200 years that says under a predecessor statute to this statute that the president is using, the president makes the factual determination about whether the predicate has been set to send in the militia. He does not get to be second-guessed by anybody else. That's really what's important here, is that nobody gets to come in and say, we think the president got it wrong. The solution, if somebody has a problem with it, is a political solution.
All right, whatever. Either way, you get the fucking point. They're going against us. Shit's getting bad. World's going to hell in a handbasket. There ain't a whole lot anybody can do about it right now. I don't know. Ain't shit I can do about it. The fuck happened to my picture? Why is it frozen? The fuck? My camera fucking froze on me. Jesus Christ. Isn't that lovely? Well, let's do that. That one still works. Oh well, I'll figure it out later. Who knows? I guess I've been jacking on enough. And honestly, at this point in time, with everything that's fucking going on, because God, there's so much fucking going on. You have judges and politicians fighting against you and your freedoms. You're told that you're wrong for wanting to protect your family and your country. It's not left versus right anymore, people. It's good versus evil. And we're told that we're being divisive because we call evil for what it is. Winter's coming, but somehow I still feel the heat of hell. May God have mercy on us all. Till next time, kiddies.